But this is a new tax, as I'm calling it. They're calling it a fee. But this is coming to Colorado, and it is a bill that's being proposed to add a $3 fee to your insurance. They say per year. This is $3 per vehicle per year.
I don't care if it's 1 billionth of a cent. It's too much and it's stupid. No.
Exact. I was going to get to that point. And now what this does, though.
I got angry before you did.
Yeah. No, get angry. This is the thing to get angry about. But what this does, though, is it seeks to fund a number of things that the state wants to do with roads. All right. So what they want to do, they want to allocate 30% to reducing wildlife-related crashes. So they want to construct underpasses underneath the roads so that the deer can go through the underpass. Though
I thought they were doing those little bridge over vegetated things.
They're doing some of those, but these are also like underpasses here.
I'm not really mad about those, but the way they do this funding is they gouge us again with some kind of nonsense. I'm tired of it, man. Look.
Well, here's the next thing. I got to interrupt you. 70% allocated to enhancing cyclist and pedestrian safety. Now, we had a bill
on the highway.
Yeah, get off the
increase I-25. I don't know. It's extra safe for the bicyclist.
Yeah, you want to be safe. Yeah, get off the highway. But they had a bill like a month or two ago, and I actually went on the Peak News radio show heard here on AM 1460 The Answer, and I talked about this bill. Now, it didn't make it through. This bill died, but it was yet another thing trying to increase pedestrian and cyclist safety. And that died. That went to, I don't even think it made it through committee or anything. But here's the thing. So now here they are again trying to do it. But now they are doing it through putting a fee on your insurance. Now, this isn't a tax. And now I haven't found a good answer for this.
It is a tax.
They're saying that it's
without representation because they don't have to run it through the regular loops and all the processes.
Right. So having said that, though, they're saying this isn't a tax. And by saying it isn't a tax, that also means that people don't have to vote on it. Now, who's
pushing this? Is this a Governor Polis sausage puss?
Not Governor Polis sausage, but he's probably friends with him.
Senator Dick and Pooper push? Is it a bonnet?
It is Senator Dylan Roberts. He's advocating for the bill. Not clear if he's actually the sponsor on it. This article is not saying, but he's advocating for it. Dylan Roberts. Now, here's the problem. We'll get into more of this here in the next segment.
I challenged him to duels. That's it.
We were talking about that earlier. Duels.
We're going to challenge him to duels. It's a misdemeanor 1. I'm fine. Challenge him. Tell him to accept.
I think sidelining completely from this this bill, but I think we should absolutely bring duels back into politics.
Yes.
I don't think this is a hot take, but I don't think this should be a hot take if it is, but we need to bring duels back.
No more. They're going to fee our insurance? No, we're good. I'll fight you.
Exactly. So, hey, you're listening to the Automotive ADHD Show. We're going to touch on this a little bit more in the next segment, so don't go anywhere. I'm your host, Matt West. I'm talking with Jim Miller, just a guy. After the bottom of the hour, we're going to get to more of this right here.
I'm not going to make the same mistake. Next time, I want my money's worth.
You asked for it. Your money's worth and more. The Toyota Celica. If you can find a better built small car than Toyota, buy it. We bet you can. Toyotas are built to perform, to take it, to last. Now's the time to see how much satisfaction you can get for your money.
I'm finally going to get my money's worth. More.
Ask for it, you got it. Toyota.
This is Automotive ADHD with Matt West.
I love the blower noise on that. Did you hear that blower noise? You had a little bit of a whine in there?
I thought it was a supercharger, but all right.
It is. Yeah, it is supercharged.
Whatever.
And
I heard the whine.
I think all things need superchargers. Because
sounds like big gazoos.
Exactly. Oh, man. That's Jake Hines. Jake Hines supercharged Audi A6. I've played that one a few times because I really like it, and it sounds good. I love the blower noise on there. You're listening to the Automotive ADHD Show. Matt West here hanging out with you. Jim Miller sitting across the board from me. we were talking in the break about a insurance fee. I don't want to call
taxation
it
without
it's a
representation. Again.
It's a tax. It's a tax.
Colorado, the great how can I fee you to death experiment. Gee.
And so, and people are going, well, it's only $3 per vehicle per year.
It's always only $3 or $1 or a nickel or 10 cents. It's always this, man. I'm angry and mad now. You made me all grumpies.
Well, and this should make you grumpy if you live here in Colorado. And if you listen on the podcast and you're not in Colorado, I know a large number of my audience is not in Colorado. You should still watch out for this stuff because it's probably coming to your state if it's not already there.
It's crazy. California used to be like the experiment state of like charging you to death and being weird with stuff. Now it's like Colorado is. Colorado leading the way with 6 million people in the population.
Well, and here's the thing. So Colorado ranks 5th highest in the nation for auto insurance costs. I sure thought we were actually higher than that, but no, we're more than 5th highest.
We're more than California, aren't we?
We're right along there with California because and we have, I mean, insurance in this state's really expensive. But here's my problem with this. They are saying, so proponents for the bill are saying that this will and this again, Senator Dylan Roberts, he's advocating for it.
Don't like him.
He says, I don't know anything about him, but I don't like him.
Take notes of these names so we don't vote these dum-dums in again.
Yeah, he says this will create a significant reduction in wildlife collisions, especially on Highway 9, which is between Silverthorne and Kremling, which, okay, so like this one area, but you want the whole state to pay for it. But also, they say this will create significant reductions in these wildlife crashes. And as a result, they say, and this guy says, along with some other proponents of the bill, say that it will make its money back in lower insurance costs after the fact. Like there'll be less claims, therefore insurance won't cost so much. But here's the problem I have with that is a lot of Colorado, for one, lives in the cities, a whole lot. I grew up out in the country, never hit a deer, by the way. They're out there, but if you pay attention, you can see them typically.
If you open your eyes.
Yeah, if you actually just look, and if you see one deer, that means there's more deer. There's more. Yeah, there's more than one. There's always more than one.
They're like crooked politicians, you know. If you see one, there's more than just one.
There's more than one. But here's my problem with this, right? Is they're saying that this will reduce insurance rates by having a reduction in wildlife crashes.
Why? Did State Farm tell him that?
Well, and here's the thing, though.
Did Geico, the lizard, come out and go, look, man, you do this and you save more geckos, Geico's insurance rates are going to go down.
Do we even have geckos?
I don't know.
No, we don't.
No,
we got those little,
we have other lizards.
Like little toad, the spiky toads.
Yeah.
I used to catch those when I was a kid. But the thing is that most of our insurance claims, I would argue, come from hail damage in this state, not wildlife crashes.
And they get mad at you about carports and stuff. This place is getting stupid.
Yeah, but hail damage. So now the opposition.
So what do they want to do? They want to put culverts under the ground.
Yep.
That are going to flood, probably killing animals trying to hang out in there when it does storm.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know, man. Look, I like animals. I don't want a bunch of animals to get run over and die, but this
comes by way of the Rocky Mountain Insurance Information Association. A gal named Carol Walker says, and she argues against this, saying that the fee may not lead to lower premiums, noting that pedestrian and cyclist crashes and wildlife pedestrian and cyclist crashes have a minimal impact on insurance rates in general, and citing just like what I said, it's hail damage.
It's making me think of that. Remember that video with the insurance guy with the fake bear stuff and the costume?
Oh man, we talked about that
animal, and you're like, that's a dude.
If you wanna see that, we talked about that
throwback a year ago. I think.
Oh, not quite a year ago, but it was a little while ago. You can find that on the podcast there.
It made me think of animal insurance stuff, and it's the guy in the bear costume. I scratched the Bentley with my piece of metal.
He used like a barbecue meat puller thing to like slightly scratch the door.
$3 fee will stop men from dressing in bear suits and vandalizing their vehicles for fake insurance claims.
Oh my gosh. Well, and
I like this lady though. Rocky Mountain Insurance
Information Association.
Okay.
And you know what else contributes to high insurance costs in Colorado?
Californians.
Yeah, well, except for the Californians,
out-of-staters.
especially the Californians in the wintertime, because they come here and then they're the people doing like 30 under the speed limit, crawling when the road is wet and they have their hazard flashers on in the right lane. Like, dude, what are you doing? But car theft. Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
Big state for car theft. We were number 1 for a while. I believe we got dethroned.
I think we're 2 or 3. Right?
Yeah, we're still way up there. We got dethroned as of this year, but for a long...
Oh, who took it? Florida. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out, so I assume Florida's going to take it because the game takes place in Florida, and they're like, hey, promo material.
Right.
Grand Theft Auto in Florida. It's gone up because Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out.
Oh, man. Who do we have in the number 1 slot here? Let's see if we can find that on the fly here.
You beep up boop on that computer there. Type it up.
Yeah, I'm working on it. But, the thing is, all right, let's see. It looks like California eclipsed us just by a little bit.
I would hope so. They have like 37 million people. They got 30 million more people than us. And we do worse than they do on a bunch of things. How?
Well, and knowing how high car theft is in this state, I mean, isn't it arguable that would be more of a problem than the odd deer or the odd cyclist?
Start punishing car thieves more seriously and it might stop.
Yeah, exactly. And even though
I still have an S10 floating around that's stolen out there somewhere in Colorado. It's extra cab V6, the Vortec V6. With the little third door, extra cab, blue. It's out there somewhere.
Okay. Well, it's like
it's been gone for like 10 years. I have no idea where it is.
Oh, man. And looks like also the District of Columbia, Washington, D.C.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that.
They're pretty high on car theft, too.
Of crooked career politicians, and they have crooked crime going on all the time.
As far as Colorado goes,
3?
we're in the top 3. So... but for a while we were number 1.
Aren't we like number 3 in crime, period, I think?
We're pretty high in that regard, too.
Number 3 best place to live and number 3 place in crime. I don't know how that maths.
Let me remind you, though, too, with this, that we also have, there's already a dollar fee, quote unquote, tax. There's already a dollar fee for other state enterprises that happen. Now, they're calling these state enterprises. So they're funding things like, what are they funding with this proposed $3 one? They're funding roads. They're funding alleged improvements. That's hard to see that'll actually be an improvement. But isn't this the stuff that our taxes, the road
already
taxes, are supposed to pay for?
Yeah, you don't need another funding thing for future stuff.
And they estimated this would contribute to somewhere $20 million annually. But unlike if you're...
why don't they cut that much in the government waste stuff?
Yeah.
How about that? You want funding for something? Go save a nickel or two. Find a coupon.
Yeah.
Get away from me. I'm tired of all this. This place being so expensive. What are we, like 2% cheaper than California now?
Yep.
With less than the population of LA in the whole state? This is dumb. There's no other way to put it. It's dumb.
And we don't even get the year-round nice weather that California has.
No. I mean,
we don't even get that benefit.
That's cool. We got a peak and some mountains here and there to look at, but
like California has car season year-round.
Yes.
We don't.
No, we have car season and 4-wheel drive season, snow season.
Yeah.
Bad weather season, hail season.
Exactly. Let me remind you, too, that they're proposing this as a fee. Again, it's not clear, but it's speculated this goes around TABOR, Taxpayer Bill of Rights, which is a thing in Colorado, not all states have it, where the people must vote on a tax increase. But by calling it a fee and putting it in the insurance here, you go around that. And guess what? We don't have to vote for it.
Yeah.
How does that work?
No, it's a gimmick. Anything from the government that's cost you more money is a tax, period. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Let's also mention, we're out of time here, but insurance as a whole, especially for car guys, we have like 6 cars registered and insured. It's already crazy expensive. Let's not add more to it. So, hey, you're listening to the Automotive ADHD Show. My guest is Jim Miller, Just the Guy. We will be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.